Sunlight shafts lance through royal lodges' towering windows, igniting a ballet of roused dust motes. Lavender's sweet ghost mingles with lemon polish's keen bite and fair, dense air. A faint, almost unheard drone vibrates. The murmur of removal men navigating the hallowed halls like diligent. And soon. The faintest chime of crystal meeting crystal drifts from within a shower or out a neighborhood Italian casual outpour. Fragile counterpoint to the weighty silence. Sunlight illuminates the sheer volume of royal belongings, casting the scene in a theatrical glow. Outside, emerald lawns stretch towards the horizon, a meticulously sculpted contrast to the burgeoning chaos within. A lone gardener, seemingly immune to the turmoil, snips at crimson roses, their perfume a fleeting moment of serenity. Inside, the relentless packing conte news, a silent avalanche of possessions, boxes, monuments to memories and unspoken secrets, stack higher with each passing minute. The weight of generations presses down, almost palpable. One can almost hear the echoes of laughter and hushed conversations from bygone eras. Portraits, their painted eyes following every move, seem to scrutinize the intruders with regal disdain. The scent of decay mingles with the remnants of royal perfume, creating an unsettling aroma. The impendi auction looms like a specter, casting a long, dark shadow. Rumors of financial collapse swirl on the breeze. The very stones of the estate seem to vibrate with anxiety, leaving a bitter taste on the tongue. A palpable dread hangs heavy. Fortunes of Andrew and Sarah teeter. Priya's Destiny's Grand Theatre creaks ominously. Events absorbing unspoken words and suppressed emotions. The royal family stands at a precipice, their next move critical. The world watches with a mixture of morbid fascination and schadenfreude, captivated by this unfolding drama. The implications are immense, poised to reshape the royal family's image for generations to come. The scent of forgotten perfumes clashes with the sharp tang of Nix. Echoes of this moment will reverberate through the corridors of history. Royal Lodge's story, a tale of power, privilege and now vulnerability, is laid bare. The drama is only beginning, the future, unwritten. A dramatic conclusion awaits. The royal family faces trial by fire, their resilience tested. The world holds its breath, waiting to see what unfolds. The auctioneer's gavel, a symbol of desperation and loss, seems to echo in the distance. The monarchy braces itself for the coming storm, a battle for survival. Sunlight blades illuminate dancing dust, stirred by our arrival in need. Royal Lodge's grand rooms. Lavender's old perfume mixes with lemon polish. The dense air nearly smothers. Faintly, a removal crew's murmur echoes through the sacred spaces. Across plush carpets, hushed steps echoed, like diligent ants filing past. A delicate tinkling crystal on crystal pierced the heavy stillness. Nervous giggle in this grand space. Sunlight painted the royal treasures in a dramatic light, showcasing wealth alongside a sense of looming absence beyond the mansion's walls. Expansive green carpets of grass lay in tranquil repose, a silent counterpoint to the inner storm, where a hidden anxiety festers beneath facades of calm. Oblivious, a solitary groundskeeper clips ruby blooms, their perfume a brief, intense comfort against the rising unease. Sunshafts blaze into the chamber, revealing a life's jumbled keepsakes. Portraits, their painted eyes following every move, seem to scrutinize the intruders with regal disdain, their silent judgment adding to the oppressive atmosphere. The scent of decay mingles with the remnants of royal perfume, creating an unsettling aroma, a poignant reminder of fading glory. The impending auction looms like a spectre. A pall hangs heavy, whispers of ruin rustle like dry leaves, a bitter dread settling deep within. A heavy pall of sorrow and looming dread smothers the scene. Andrew and Sarah's uncertain destiny entwined with their worldly goods teeters precariously as the unfolding drama, a global spectacle, creaks and groans under the immense pressure. Events absorbing unspoken words and suppressed emotions, like ancient trees weathering a storm. The royal family stands at a precipice, their next move critical. The world watching with bated breath. The world watches with a mixture of morbid fascination and schadenfreude, captivated by this unfolding drama. A modern-day tragedy. The implications are immense, poised to reshape the royal family's image for generations to come, potentially altering the course of history. The scent of forgotten perfumes clashes with the sharp tang of panic, a sensory representation of the eye. Internal conflict. Echoes of this moment will reverberate through the corridors of Andine's history, a cautionary tale of privilege and a downfall. Royal Lodge's story, a tale of power, privilege, and now vulnerability is laid bare, exposed for all to see. The drama is only beginning, the future unwritten. A dramatic conclusion awaits, full of suspense and uncertainty. The royal family faces trial by fire, their resilience tested, their strength challenged. The world holds its breath, waiting to see what unfolds. And dissipating the next chapter in this saga. The auctioneer's gavel, a symbol of desperation and loss, seems to echo in the distance, a chilling reminder of what is at stake. The monarchy braces itself for the coming storm, a battle for survival, a fight for relevance. The grand facade of Royal Lodge seems to crack a little more with wind each passing hour. The sunlight, once a symbol of warmth and prosperity, now feels like a harsh spotlight, exposing every flaw. The removal men, their faces etched with professional detachment, continue their work, believers. Unaware of history's weight, time's relentless march echoes in the fire. Clocks tick amidst the stale scent of faded fortunes. Left untouched on the small table, cucumber sandwiches, partially consumed, speak of disrupted lives and bygone comforts. While in the room's dim recess, a one-eyed teddy bear, cast aside, embodies a sorrowful tale, symbol of lost innocence. The air is thick with unspoken anxieties, a suffocating atmosphere of uncertainty and dread. The weight of tradition feels heavier than ever, a crushing burden on those who must now navigate this crisis. The carefully manicured gardens outside offer a false sense of tranquility, a stark contrast to the chaos within. The bird song seems mocking, a cheerful melody in the face of despair. The scent of freshly cut grass mingles with the musty odor of old books, creating a strange and unsettling olfactory. The shadows lengthen as the day wears on, casting the estate in an increasingly somber light. The sense of impending doom grows stronger with each passing moment. The staff, their faces pale and drawn, move about with a sense of quiet desperation. Their whispered conversations are filled with rumors and speculation, their futures hanging in the balance. The loyalty that once bound them to the royal family is now strained by fear and uncertainty. The atmosphere is thick with resentment and betrayal, a toxic mix of emotions that threatens to erupt at any moment. The silence is broken only by the occasional sob or the muffled sound of packing tape. Royal Lodge's once pristine rooms now reveal visible decline. Dust motes dancing in the dim light. A musty odor hanging heavy amid the silent shadowed spaces. Mothballs. The grandeur of the past is fading, replaced by a sense of decay and an decline. The ghosts of former residents seem to wander the halls, their presence a constant reminder of the glory days that are now gone. The royal family's carefully constructed image is crumbling before the world's eyes, revealing the cracks and imperfections beneath the surface. The public's perception of them is shifting, replaced by a mixture of awe, pity, scorn, and disbelief. The future of the monarchy hangs in the balance, its survival dependent on their ability to weather this storm. The weight of history bears down on them, a crushing burden that threatens to break them. The scene at Royal Lodge is a microcosm of the larger crisis facing the royal family, a symbol of their fading power and influence. The auction, when it finally takes place, will be a public spectacle, a humiliating display of their financial woes. Though the world will watch with morbid fascination as their possessions are sold off to the highest bidder, a final act of desperation and surrender. The legacy of Royal Lodge will be forever tarnished, a reminder of the day that the walls came tumbling down. Even the light seems to dim, as if reflecting the fading fortunes of the inhabitants. The air grows colder, carrying a whisper of things ending. This place, once a sanctuary, now feels like a gilded cage about to be dismantled. The feeling is palpable, like a held breath before a plunge into icy water. The end of an era is not just coming, it is here. Sunlight shafts lance through Royal Lodge's towering windows, igniting a swirling ballet of displaced dust. The cloying sweetness of antique lavender and acrid lemon polish battle for dominance in the heavy throat-catching air. A subterranean drone vibrates through the floorboards as unseen movers, worker ants in this historic hive, shuffle and scrape. Velvet swallow steps, crystal chimes, a fragile song vanish in shadowed grandeur, while sun-drenched treasures hint at impending doom. Inside, possessions whispered farewell as they were packed, a silent avalanche of memories, while outside, a groundskeeper snipped roses, their perfume a defiant bloom against all the inner turmoil. The spotlight, a relic, illuminates history's weight. Stacks of boxed memories rise, precarious monuments threatening collapse, as each minute adds unspoken secrets, creating palpable pressure, a tangible ancestral burden. Echoes of laughter and whispers from past eras cling like ivy, their secrets etched into the building's fabric, almost audible. Dust motes dance in the fading light as ancestral portraits, noses upturned, silently condemn our presence, their painted gaze a heavy weight in the air, and a faint cloying rose and barely masks the building's decay. Fragile perfume of forgotten grandeur as the auction's shadow lengthens. A pall hangs heavy, a tangible weight of ruined fortunes and sullied names, the estate's secrets laid bare. A suffocating dread, thick as fog, smothers all, loss stings the air. Beneath heavy silence, suppressed feelings simmer, the royal family teeters, their global image hanging precariously as the world breathlessly observes their unfolding crisis, a captivating spectacle of misfortune. A seismic shift looms, threatening to redefine the monarchy's essence. his future hanging precariously, the air thick with anticipation and dread. The Royal Lodge saga unfolds, a stark lesson in power's precarious dance. The drama is only beginning, the future unwritten. A dramatic conclusion awaits, full of suspense and uncertainty. The ending yet to be determined. The royal family faces trial by fire, their resilience tested, their strength challenged, their very existence threatened. The world holds its breath, waiting to see what unfolds, anticipating the next rate. The royal court tenses, the impending upheaval threatens their very existence. The grand facade of Royal Lodge seems to crack a little more without, each passing hour revealing the imperfections beneath the surface. The sunlight, once a symbol of warmth and prosperity, now feels like a harsh spotlight, exposing every flaw, highlighting every imperfection. The removal men, their faces etched with professional detachment, continue their work, oblivious to. Amidst hushed halls they executed duties, seemingly unaware of history's gaze. Neglected cucumber sandwiches half eaten now sit forlornly, a child's one-eyed teddy bear slumps forgotten. Nearby the festive echoes now mock the heavy silence, a stifling cloud of fear hangs low, and duty's chain bites deep. Outside, meticulously sculpted gardens present a deceptive calm. Yet inside, turmoil reigns, shattering any semblance of serenity. The ancient, yet strangely new, odor of decay permeates, thick and unnerving. The staff, their faces pale and drawn, move about with a sense of quiet desperation, their livelihoods threatened. Their whispered conversations are filled with rumors and speculation, their futures hanging in the balance, their anxieties palpable. The loyalty that once bound them to the royal family is now strained by fear and uncertainty, a bond weakened by the crisis. The atmosphere is thick with resentment and betrayal, a toxic mix of emotions that threatens to erupt at any moment. A simmering cauldron of discontent. The silence is broken only by the occasional sob or the muffled sound of packing tape, a soundtrack of despair. Royal Lodge's interior, once pristine, now visibly decays, mirroring inner chaos. Dust blankets heirlooms, cobwebs festoon chandeliers, and mothball scent chokes the air. Dust motes dance in sunbeams, slicing through cracked panes, illuminating peeling wallpaper. A stark testament to the family's ebbing influence as whispers of long gone laughter echo, a spectral chorus lamenting faded glory. The royal family's carefully constructed image is crumbling before the world's eyes, revealing the cracks and imperfections beneath the surface, exposing their vulnerabilities. The public's perception of them is shifting, replaced by a mixture of pity, scorn and disbelief, a loss of faith and respect. The future of the monarchy hangs in the balance, its survival dependent on their ability to weather this storm, a fight for its very existence. The weight of history bears down on them, a crushing burden that threatens to break them, a pressure cooker of expectation. Inside Royal Lodge, the unfolding drama mirrors the royal family's wider turmoil, reflecting their waning authority, embodying their trials, paving them. The world will watch with morbid fascination as their possessions are sold off to the highest bidder, a final act of desperation and surrender, a symbolic end. The legacy of Royal Lodge will be forever tarnished, a reminder of how the day that the walls came tumbling down, a mark of disgrace. Even the light seems to dim, as if reflecting the fading fortunes of the inhabitants. a visual metaphor for their declining power. The air grows colder, carrying a whisper of things ending, a premonition of finality. This place, once a sanctuary, now feels like the gilded cage, now a skeletal ruin, echoes with the wrenching sounds of its destruction. Dread hangs heavy, a frigid premonition before the icy plunge of finality. Sunlight fractured by the grime-streaked panes. Spotlight's taut smiles, a crate's dull thud reverberates, silencing in the comforting scent of old leather and wood. Now a heavy, unattainable past. Stoicism hiding their fear and uncertainty behind a veneer of horror. Professionalism. The weight of expectation hangs heavy in the air, a suffocating presence that makes it difficult to breathe. The future is uncertain, and the past is slipping away, leaving only a sense of loss and regret. Showering out Hursturia's park. Dust motes dance in the sunbeams slanting across the untended gardens where once proud roses now weep their petals onto crack. Silent fountains. Once pristine, the water is now a still, clouded pool. The removal men, their work nearly complete, begin to pack up their equipment, their movements efficient and impersonal. The last of the boxes are loaded onto the trucks, their contents a jumble of memories and possessions, a life reduced to a collection of objects. The doors of the inquiry, with Royal Lodge now shuttered, a palpable finality settles upon the Fae, lineage and grounds. An eerie stillness blankets everything save the wind's haunting cry, weaving through ancient boughs a sorrowful dirge for vanished days. The estate's destiny hangs in the balance, irrevocably changed.